Bottom of the hour, Bowling Green is trying to come up with a solution because leaders there in town say wildlife has become aggressive toward people. A new ordinance is being introduced banning people from feeding the wild animals. Let's check in with Laura Sandlin. We go from a downtown shot behind me to more of a wilderness pose that Laura has. So how does the city plan to implement this?
Jeff, Mel, the city says that the problem has been that people have been feeding the animals, which then in turn has been making them more aggressive. But the question has then become, what comes of that ordinance and how are they planning to implement it?
We've been getting calls for months, for years. So this can really become a neighborhood issue.
Amanda Gamby, communications director for Bowling Green, says the city had to call in ODNR to help with the aggressive animals.
They'd identified numerous areas in the community where people had just all-out wildlife buffets that went well beyond, just bird feeding, songbird feeding stations.
Gamby says after a quick investigation of the neighborhoods where the complaints came from, ODNR suggested the city create an ordinance to limit feeding.
The intention of the ordinance isn't to go after every single person who's potentially having an interaction with wildlife. This is more for someone who's intentionally feeding wildlife with the intention of drawing in numerous deer, numerous raccoons, anybody else that wants to come feed there.
Gamby says most of the problem stems from a few properties, and that the city is not concerned with those who have a bird feeder or two. She says the ordinance is more for those who leave out things like corn, peanuts, and salt blocks. Erica Harmon lives in Bowling Green. She says it's important to let wild animals be undisturbed.
Especially when you're out in nature, that letting that be natural is key.
Gamby says wildlife preservation is outlined in the ordinance. If animals become aggressive due to feeding, the city is required to euthanize them. Harmon says she wants to be able to come to the park and continue to enjoy the animals.
I come to the park almost like every single day, so just being able to enjoy the wildlife and the plants and everything is nice.
Gamby says that if the ordinance is passed, that those found in violation will be issued a misdemeanor and every day following will be a separate offense. The ordinance is officially going under review on Monday, June 4th at 6 p.m. in the council chambers. The public is being invited to come and make comments. Reporting in Bowling Green, Laura Sandlin, WTOL 11.